Timothy, so as we heard there, you played John Chappell. And he's a fictional detective, also a national treasure, much like yourself. How does John then make the leap from actor to investigator?
Well, he's just an actor who happens to be a bit of a busybody, really. He's a recluse, but he keeps his eye on what's going on. And this detective who found herself, when she was younger, watching this show over and over again that he was in, idolises him a bit. But when they meet, that soon changes because they have a bit of a sparky relationship. But what he prides himself on, with rather a certain amount of conceit, is his ability as an actor to work out psychology of people, their contradictions, the contradictions in their contradictions. So he uses that. He doesn't think he's a detective. He's been a detective on the telly, but he feels he knows a lot about what makes human beings tick. And her procedural thing and they're both very eccentric characters, and they're completely, 35 years difference between them, but they don't play the generational game, and they sort of instantly get on each other's nerves, but they instantly like each other. So there's no like saying, oh, you're doing that because you're old. It's like this odd sibling thing happens straight away between them. And you often get one eccentric, one normal, but these are both really quite crackers, these characters.
They really are. They really are. And it's a real celebration of Wales. Brilliant Welsh actors in it as well.
There are.
Steffan Rodri and Melanie Walters, who, of course, we know from Gavin and Stacey. Now, did you manage to pick up any Welsh at all, Timothy?
No, I didn't. I like listening to it, but I'm certainly not going to try and do it. I do like, and some of it...
Did you think about playing it Welsh at any point?
No, I didn't, because he's supposed to be this sort of English actor. He never comes in it, but I said he was from, like, Chatham. I thought, no, I was going to insist that he was from the Medway towns. But some of it's in Welsh. There's a scene in it when her mother is accusing him of hanging around with, saying that he might be a sex pest, you know. And she's speaking in Welsh, and she says, Mother, he does speak a bit of Welsh, and also sex pest is the same in Welsh as it is in English.
That's many people make. But if you're missing it, I'll do some voice notes for you.
And it's sort of in the area where you're from.
Yeah, it is.
In that rural part of...
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it really does. Well, the show is described as a comedy crime drama, which I think is correct, but you don't like the comedy part, do you?
Well, I do like it because I hope people are going to laugh, but I always think, don't mention that too much just in case they don't. But hopefully they do. There was a couple of chuckles here, even at that. So I'll take that as a thumbs up.
Oh, it's definitely a
thumbs up from me as well. Well, you recently reprised your role as Sir Winston Churchill as part of the VE Day anniversary, as part of the procession as well. What was it like stepping back into his shoes?
Well, I decided not to do him, but I ended up kind of doing him. You can't do his speeches without going into him a bit. It was fantastic because there were all these amazing men. You know, there were men and women. The youngest was 90, the oldest was 106, all been in the war. And to stand in front of that statue, I mean, there was no pressure, of course, live in front of 1,000 people there. And your cue was the gong of 12, standing in front of Big Ben. You know, so that was... But it was just marvellous to be there amongst these people. And because my mum and dad were in the Blitz, my dad lost his brother in the war. So it feels to me, although obviously I wasn't, I'm too young to have been born, that it's as an associate. Yes, I was. Well, no, I wasn't in. I wasn't in the school. But I listened to enough stories to know. So it was lovely, and to meet a lot of them afterwards, it was just such an honour.
Special. Well, Timothy's series Death Valley starts Sunday at 8:15 on BBC One and iPlayer, and all episodes will be available to binge on Sunday too.